Hi guys, John Picarello here, co-founder at Lions Pride Leadership Company, and today I want to talk to you about wisdom gained. And in the seasons of life, nothing is more valuable than wisdom gained. And the sad thing is to see an older person who has lived the life, longevity, and longevity is a blessing, but to have longevity and not to have wisdom to go with it. In fact, it's been said that wisdom doesn't always come with age. Sometimes age comes alone. And that's a sad commentary on a life that hasn't had wisdom gained. So in leadership, gaining wisdom is everything. And I use the acronym as Q, and that's K-U-W. And the K stands for knowledge. And the thing about knowledge is the more you learn, the more you educate yourself, the better off you are because you have an advantage over others. And I like to read all kinds of books. I'll watch videos, I'll watch YouTube, and I'll just, any given day, I'll pick a subject that I want to learn more about, and I'll start watching, and then I'll read books along those lines, and I'll educate myself. Now that's knowledge. That's not wisdom, that's knowledge. Why is that important? Because that's where it begins. It opens you up to ideas and understanding from experience of others who have been there before you, knowing what they know, and that's what drives me. I want to know what the best leaders know. So knowledge is where you start. Now, having gained knowledge, the next step is gaining understanding, because knowledge in and of itself is useless. You can get people that they're like encyclopedias, walking encyclopedias, but outside of giving you tidbits of information, they don't serve a real purpose in life like they're supposed to. You're designed to serve a purpose. So what do you do then with knowledge? Well, you gain understanding. Understanding comes first, and this is the way I do it. I look at the lifestyle of the people I would like to emulate, those who have what I'm looking for. And I watch them in their lives, and I'll just read everything I can about them. You gain knowledge, but then I watch how they react in their successes, their failures. And that gives me an understanding of who they are. How do they rebound? How do they come back after a failure? How do they handle success? You know, sometimes people say that, oh, it's difficult handling failure. I think sometimes it's more difficult handling a string of successes, because you can get puffed up. You can think you're better than you actually are, especially if you have momentum going for you. Well, that's where understanding comes in. Understanding what you need to do in a certain situation, knowing what to do in a certain situation. So that's beginning to draw on your knowledge to understand what you need to do, where you need to go. What do you do with what you have? Well, you might have knowledge, but don't know what to do with it. Understanding will teach you what to do with what you have. What do you do? What's invested in you? What do you use to gain your purpose in life? Well, how do you use your past experiences? You see, that's knowledge and that's understanding. Understanding is processing what to do, having the wherewithal, handling knowledge. And that always leads, knowledge and understanding leads to the third step, and that is wisdom. Wisdom is the practical use of knowledge. So having wisdom gained begins once you have the knowledge and you understand what certain knowledge is for, understanding how to use it and where to go with it. Now you need wisdom, and wisdom can only be gained by experience. You cannot gain wisdom in the classroom because wisdom is practical. So you have to get out there and use the knowledge and understanding you have and go ahead and get a few wins and losses under your belt. And then you begin to assess your wins and your losses, because these are your competency sets. So you see the competencies or lack of it. Those are the losses, lack of it. And as you assess yourself, and I do that every quarter, assess myself and put it down on a pad and I think through it. Why is that so important? Because once I gain knowledge of how I did good and how I did bad, and then I understand why I succeeded and why I failed. Now I could use it. What is it? It's wisdom gained because it's based on a competency. So now I go out and I practice what I've learned, and then when I assess myself again, I'm assessing how well I did with wisdom gained, and that's how you begin to grow wise in life, because you'll know what to keep and what to discard. So I hope that the rest of 2021 you'll live by wisdom gained, by educating yourself so you can grow in knowledge, and watching what other people do with knowledge so you can gain some understanding on how it's used, and then go out and practice it so you can grow by wisdom gained. So until next time, go after wisdom.